Okay, in order to make these electrical symbols, you'll need to go and use File, New, Family, and it needs to be, go to English folder, and you'll need to use the metric detail item. Okay, so it's a metric detail item family that you need to use to make these electrical symbols. Okay, and then you simply insert that DWG file that I've given you. All right, so first things first, if you want to use that electrical file that I've given you, go insert, import CAD, electrical, millimeters. Okay, you're going to force it, press open. Yeah, that's better. Okay, grab all of this, unpin it, and move the symbol, snap center, to the origin. This is important, work around the origin. Okay, so this guy, now that it's in, you can explode this DWG file so you get all the data from it. Okay, get rid of that. Now you can just simply get rid of all of this other stuff. What I'll do in this instance is I'm going to save this as the electrical file, and then we'll change everything a bit later. And we'll keep making symbols out of this one file. Because you've got all of them in here, you just simply move them up, save it as a new one, and go from there. So here we're going to go File, Save as Family, eSym. Okay, so we know this is the file that contains all of these. So the first one we're going to make is our Downlighters. So get rid of these. So you just keep opening that same file up every time, delete the stuff that you don't need, move it to the origin, and off you go. Because we've exploded this, we'll have, if you go to Manage, Object Styles, we're going to have all those different ones in here. Just keep everything on the electric layer. Okay, the rest of these you can delete. I know that one you can't, and that one you delete. Okay, all right, press OK, apply, press OK. Oh yeah, Object Styles, line weight 2, gray, line weight 2. You can come back and change this to line weight 3, but you can do that in the project file once these are loaded in any case. This one I'm just going to scale just a fraction. And recall, I'm going to make it 0.8. So it's just a fraction, so it just differentiates it from the create line. Just use the same. Okay, and let's go from there to there. Rotate, rotate. That's fine, 45 degrees. Mirror. Okay, now you're going to go to File, Save as Family. I'm just overriding that other one. Load into project, override existing. That's better. Oh no, that was that old one. So let's just go to Annotate, Component. Now all your electrical symbols will be in the same. So maybe as a downlighter, this can get slightly smaller. Now what's neat is, this is technically a symbol, but this is what I would recommend you guys do, so it doesn't have that complexity. Okay. Okay, this is, what is this thing again? This is a default wire. Okay. So now, instead of using electrical, you go to detail lines. There is an electrical line here already. Just go and see electrical fittings. Oh, no, electrical wiring. And you can just use, oh, sorry, yeah. And you can change this in the project snap center. Get rid of that. So technically now this is an electrical symbol and this is an electrical line that you can manage like you would in AutoCAD. Okay, so now this guy, let me just go and edit this family for you quickly. Select everything, scale. I'm going to make this numerical another 0.8. Load into project. Alright, existing. That's better. So as a downlighter, that's perfectly sized. Okay, now one last thing that we can do. We can make we can put this in a group, and we can put a switch so that it'll switch stuff on. So you can have a 1 to 50 size scale symbol or a 1 to 100 size symbol, and I'll show you how to do that. So let's copy this. So at scale 1 to 50, you might want to have the slightly bigger just because it might read better. So here I'm just going to go here and I'll go scale, and it's 1.2, 1.2. Okay, so technically this is your 1 to 50, this is 1 to 100. Because a 1 to 100, because the scale's smaller, you might want to reduce the size of these so it doesn't overpower your drawing with these massive symbols. Okay, but your legend will still read the same as long as it ties up with your legend. Okay, all you do, this is very easy. Grab this one here, make this a group, and that's going to be your 100. Okay, make this a group. This group will be your 50. Okay, and before we move things together, 100, 150. Now, in the family types, we're going to add a parameter, new parameter, and it's a yes/no parameter. Oh yeah, category-wise, you just want this in identity data, important. And here, that's fine, that's fine. Here must be a yes/no. Yes/no means on and off. Okay. Let's go yes/no, and I'll change this to visibility because it'll put it in the right category. So yes/no, visibility, and I'm going to call this one 50, and I'm going to duplicate this and make another one called 100. Oh no, sorry, let me just say new. Same step again. Visibility. Yes/no, visibility, and this would be my 100. Okay, 150. Apply. Okay, press OK. This one is your 1 to 50 one. So you double click in the group, so you activate the group, select all the line work, and with visibility, you hit this little icon here and you change that to 50. Okay, finish. Double click this one, change all of that, visibility 100. Finished. Now in your families, you're just going to create two types. One will be 50. Just say S for scale or scale 50, 150. Scale 50, sorry. A new one, scale 100. Okay, so now we've got scale 50, 100 must be off. Scale 100, 50 must be off. Apply. Yes, you don't see the difference in here, but in the project you'll see a massive difference. Okay, just sometimes, let me just see over here, I don't have to change anything. Okay, cool. Just make sure this is all visibility 50. Yeah, perfect. Finished. Okay, move this guy now, and it'll load into project, override existing parameters. So here, when you click this guy, you can either choose it to be a 100, or you can change it to be a 150. Oh, sorry. Just click this guy again. Edit. Sorry, man. Sorry. You'll just pull down this guy over here. And let's change it to 50. So now you can see they jump and scale. Okay, but it's easy. You can say select all instances in view, and you can override them. Because this one's not the same, you can then, so it allows you to manage the scales very quickly. Okay, but you want these all to one, you want all of these to be 100s. Then if you go to families in here, I'll just show you how you can edit. I'll just go here, families. You're just looking for detail items. Yeah, detail items. And what's neat is because they've got that E, it will put all of them in a, we can delete that option now. So now, if you just want to keep using the 1 to 50s, or now they just work like symbols. Grab this Y over here, create similar. Just make sure it's an arc. We always use curves. Snap center. Snap center. Oops, I can't snap center. Snap center. Yeah, you just got to be careful working with your centers. Okay. But what's neat is because you built in them correctly, you can quickly align them. So you can use all of that, or you can use the dimension tools. Watch this. You're going to click on the dimensions. There's an equal function that you can use here. So now when you move these, watch what happens. You can delete this dimension, but you can, if you say unconstrained, it will delete that constraint. But if you press OK, guess what happens? It keeps that constraint. Okay. So I'm going to make another symbol just so that you understood what I did there. Okay. So now this file I can close because it's made perfectly. Okay. And I'm going to go to open. And you can share this back on the drive in the Teams if you want to. But maybe make a deal with some of you in the class that you all make these symbols quickly and you're done. Okay, so open up the E symbols one again. I'm just going to refine this file just so that we don't have to keep changing these settings. So electrical 2, this one gray. Now I can press OK. Now I can see which ones you actually want all of these on electrical. So the ones that are red, we just change electric. Okay, here you can see it's got all these little bits of line in. But some of these symbols you won't need, so don't waste your time. This is heating, and this, especially in the UK, you need to show radiator locations and all those things for heating. Okay, I'll change everything to electrical because I think that's the best way to do it. So let's find the electronics layer and radiators. Apply, press OK. I'm going to change all that to electric. That might be a filled region. So here, this one you must just change to gray maybe. So there are filled regions in here, so just beware that. This is text. We can delete that and use text a bit differently. So like this, actually you want to try and draw two rather. Because sometimes this won't show. But just see what happens, okay? Okay, so let's just make a new one. So this is a typical pendant light. So it's a light that's got a piece of wire attached from the ceiling. So this is a typical pendant. Okay, so let's get rid of all of that. Oh, no, wait. Save as first. Go File, Save as. Oh, let's build in the visibility in here already. So then it saves us. doing it again and again and again. Okay, so here we're going to 100, so you can just go S, so capital S underscore, come on, S underscore 100, new S, come on, S underscore 50. Sorry, I should be underscore. I didn't do that. There we go. Okay, S, so you understand that's scale 100, scale S50. Okay, cool. So we're going to set up a new parameter, visibility, yes, no, 50. Okay, that's good, that's good. Oh yeah, with the 50, that must be visible. And with the 1 to 100, that must be, I think I did wrong on this one. Just check this one. Yeah. Apply. Okay, we haven't applied anything yet. So I've just built it in for the time being. The rest is fine. Okay, so what we might have to do with this text is we might have to trace this with line work, but we'll get that just so that it doesn't, this text never changes, okay? And there was no way to explode this font, sadly. You can do it in AutoCAD and then bring it in as line work. Okay, AutoCAD allows you to explode font. So this you can explode. Express tools, explode text. Okay, makes it line work. It's just because you got to control the elevation. So if you're working on different levels, you have to keep managing their heights all the time. Okay, so it's like when you're modeling with modeling objects, you have to control their reference to the levels the whole time. So that's why it's a bit of a mission. You guys don't need that complexity, actually. You just want to put the symbol so that the electrical engineer can do his work. And then the electrical engineer will then use the proper symbols because then he's putting the light in the right location. Okay, so that's why there's this gray area. Okay, file, save as, family. Just so this is a detail item. E, let's get this folder so I can get my Pendant Light. And where's the P, 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 there we go. Control C. And then I'm going to save this guy as, and then delete the rest of the stuff. This one we don't have to do much to. We just change it in relation to its scale. So as it is now, this is a good 1 to 50 scale. We might have to reduce it for the 1 to 100. So this is 1 to 50. Let's copy this guy quickly to the side. Scale. Center point. So here you're just going to scale it by. Start with the scale for now. It's very easy to change them. Just apply the same scale to everyone every time. But I'm going to make this 1.4. Okay, so that's 1 to 50, 1 to 100. Okay. Sorry, that's 1 to 100. Stacks. At the top. Rename. Cool. Double click in here. Visibility. '50 group, good. visibility 100. Move, you'll see it will snap onto that origin of the load into family. So here it's asking you scale 1 to 100, which is perfect. So now this is a pendant light that will hang off from the soffit. Okay, I see this in line I haven't deleted there, so let's just go and edit family. These things do hide sometimes. Okay, cool. Save. Load into project. Override existing parameter. So here's your pendant light. Okay. No, so you must go Control C, sealing light, paste, align to current view. And I'd make these groups so that if you want to transfer them, you just, okay, so like the downlighters, these guys over here, make these groups. Make all your electrical symbols in one group so that if you need to transfer them, and if you edit the group in here, they change everywhere. So let me just show you this. So let's just go to RC. Oh, shucks, man, sorry. Here, put these in a group and call this, because Control C, and let's get rid of this guy over here. Edit, if I paste, align to current view. So now the electrical symbols are homogeneous. If this moves, yeah, sorry, I pressed the wrong button there. Reset. See that? And then you just double click to activate and then work with the stuff in the group. Put all your electrical wiring in here. Okay, cancel. Control Z. Close. Yeah. All right. So that's pretty straightforward. You just keep making these things as you need the symbols, and then you're done. Then for the rest of your Revit life, you've got these symbols done, made. They work how you know they should work, etc. Okay. And it's all drafting. You're technically drafting this stuff on. Then you make a legend, and you put all of these. So you quickly go to, and while you're dropping in these symbols, start making your legend at the same time. So let me just show you that. You're going to go to legend, new legend. I'll just abbreviating it quickly. Now, architecture. Sorry, here in your symbols, go to detail items, E. So you see it'll start putting all of these in a nice row here. 1 to 50, done. 1 to 50, done. And you build your electrical legend now. And you can dump this on every sheet. Okay. I'll do that. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah, no, I can definitely do that. I have a much older version of Illustrator, so it's got to do with how you use the Illustrator link content as well. But I'll show you exactly how that works. You don't actually do this, doesn't go to Photoshop. This actually, it depends. I'll show you both options. Okay. Okay, cool. But you're understanding this now, and you understand how to use these symbols. Okay. And you just keep building them as you need them, like the plug symbols. So if we go back to And what electric one is this? Just close it. I don't actually. Oh, that was your. So let's close that. File, open, electrical symbol. So you read this in conjunction with this AutoCAD file. Just one last one I'm going to show you. This is important. So like this wall light. So technically this is a wall. So it's if you have an exterior light that is hung off a wall, we use the symbol exterior light because technically it hangs off the wall here. So let me just show you that one, just so that you understand that. Because a lot of these symbols, like the gas, here's your wall line over here, and then it goes, so it sits along the wall. So say here's the wall here. This is where the connection point is here. So let me show you this light symbol quickly. This one over here. Okay, so why didn't this save all of those settings? Sorry, I made a mistake there. Let me just do this again. Okay, sorry man, I should have saved that. It's a good thing we checked this, otherwise you would have had to go and do all of that. Okay, so let's just change all of that. Check none. That's good enough for now. Save. Scan. Oh well, practice makes perfect. Okay, got our two types, parameters. Okay, 50, 100. So in this one, that one. Okay. Good. Let me just double check. 50. Oh, no. Why did you change? 50. Okay. Okay. So this wall one. Let's get rid of that. And the rest of this stuff. Same folder. You can use this list. And that's an exterior, but you can just call it wall light, it doesn't matter. I'll leave it exterior for now, but just understand that it sits on the wall. Exterior. It's gonna external. So where's the exterior? External. Okay, let's just use that external. Okay. What? Copy that. 2. Copy. Okay, that's already built in. So here we're just going to copy this guy. Group 50. Scale 1.4. Okay, so that's actually your 100. and then this will be your group. This will be 50. Double click in this group, select all this stuff, visibility 100, finish. Move this to that endpoint thing. So where to move it from, this one we don't have to worry about. Visibility 50. Move that. So if you hover on a wall, you press spacebar, it will even align it to a diagonal wall. Okay. It'll try and... So technically this is a light that hangs off the wall. And that's your 1 to 100. Okay. And you can see the symbol works well. And this will also have a lighting diagram and your switches. So here's your switch symbol, but you just replace it with that new one, and then you use how the lighting works. Okay. You can up the line weights. If this doesn't work, let me explain. No, it should work well. If you go to VG and you go to Object Styles, Detail Items, here you can manage that electric globally, and then they will all change. If you've kept the layering the same. Okay, so find something that works for you. Lune, did that help? Okay, no problems. Because there were symbols, but I just realized that's going to be hard to use if you don't understand how the levels work, and you're really dealing with a building with full of levels, so I think this is a much easier way to work it.